Alright, welcome back to another adventure. We are halfway through a mild road trip. Main reason being we have a TFR currently. Mr. President is at his golf course, I believe, which means we can't fly in our neighborhood. So we're going on a trip to a place that I've wanted to fly for a while. My buddy Jeff actually introduced me to this place. I've never seen it, I've only seen pictures. It's commonly referred to as the Gunks. It's in New York State, and apparently it's a really popular rock climbing place. It's like these 300-foot cliffs, really dramatic elevation change and mountainous area. We got permission from a semi-local airport to launch out of. We're gonna fly over to the Gunks, which I think it's like 7 miles away. I was measuring on Google Maps, but now I can't remember. It's a considerable distance with a lot of trees, but we'll make the most of it. I just fueled up, got a ton of paramotor gas because we're gonna need it tonight. And yeah, that's the scoop. Let's get to this airport and see what's up. Ah yes, we have made it. First impressions, freaking beautiful. Oh yeah, here's our turn. So the ridge is very prominent right over there. And I believe it's on the other side that the actual cliffs are. I don't really know. I suppose it's that time of day. We've been kind of hanging out. It was a little bit windier than expected to begin with, but it seems to have calmed down appropriately. Who knows with all these mountains though. Goal is going to be to launch from here and go over that ridge if we can. I don't know if it'll happen though.
To a beautiful start. Right over there is a giant ass prison. So we're not gonna go much over the prison. Don't want to get the freaking cops out here. Alright, we have just reached the altitude of the top of this ridge. And we're kind of getting a better lay of the land. Where we want to go is actually on the other side of this really big ridge. So we either have to cross it right in the middle, or we can go down the valley behind me, and it gives us some more out so we don't have to climb as high. At this point, I kind of feel like we should just freaking keep climbing and then cut straight across the ridge because it doesn't look that far, and it looks like there's landable terrain up top. Mid-mountain crossing here. It is chilly up here. I could use a jacket. Didn't think it would be with how warm it is on the ground. But if I did have to freaking land because my motor exploded, there's a nice patch up here and a little road that goes to those antennas. So worst case scenario, I could go there. I would just turn around and go back to the airport. But I'm starting to see some of the cliffs ahead. Alright, I can say we have officially completed the mountain pass. I've got outs on the other side now. I don't know where the other two guys went. I hope they're doing alright. But yeah, I hope we can make it back in time. I've got my strobe system installed, so we've got 30 minutes after sunset. We've got speed bar, we've got a ton of gas. But that way is kind of into the wind and it's really cold. So we're just freaking out here, adventure flying, you know? Oh, dude, it's cold up here, but it's pretty freaking beautiful. So I might plan our route back. If we fly down this ridge, I might cut across that way and follow the fields back up so we don't have to do that mountain pass again. This is pretty rad. There are some delightful cliffs down there. So all the way down at the end of this ridge line is called it's the something house. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember, but it's a hotel. And Jeff was just telling me that it was built in like 1860 or something, around that era. I don't know if my friends bailed or if I just can't see them looking into the sun, but I don't see anyone back there. Oh yeah, there's a good wind indicator down there. The smoke is coming up and going straight that way, which we're still kind of flying away from home. We're gonna have to make a hasty escape past this house or building up here, and then we're gonna follow those fields back towards the sunset. Hopefully we make it in time. I predict we will arrive about 10 to 15 minutes after sunset. I wish I could get down there and freaking buzz along the side of that thing, but with all the trees here, there's really no landing options unless I'm up this high. Wow. It's like a freaking castle down there. The air has gotten a bit more rowdy over here, which doesn't really make sense by any way I can make it make sense. So just kind of staying high and dry. Well, that's pretty freaking neat. And there's Jeff. Holy shit, there's an airplane down there. Look at that guy. He's buzzing the damn castle. Holy shit. Well, that's pretty freaking sick. Mr. Airplane Guy is just over the trees giving zero shits. He's probably got a 4-cylinder Lycoming or something pretty reliable in there. We're up here with our single cylinder, freaking 2-stroke weed eaters. Like, oh my god, there's so many trees, we could crash land. The disadvantages of flying a paramotor. So I think from here, we're gonna follow this. There's actually a really windy river back here that kind of leads to the airport we launched from. And we can actually descend and get some low flying in, rather than going back up to freaking 10,000 feet above that mountain again. It really wasn't 10,000 feet, I'm exaggerating. Starting to feel little twitchies as we're descending. Oh yeah, there's some twitchies. Pop the toggles off. I can smell my engine. It's always unnerving when you smell your own exhaust. We are talking about the same exhaust here, right? Dang, dude. That is a beautiful sight. The lake or whatever it is over there. The blue mountains. Sun setting with the clouds. This windy river. Oh yeah, we're getting in turbulent air, but we're getting in warm air, so it's like a sacrifice that I am kind of happy about. Well, progressively, as we're getting lower and lower, it's getting bumpier and bumpier. And I'm expecting it to get better eventually. I am going to, as we settle into better air here, okay, so here's the news. We're 8.5 nautical miles out from the airport. It's estimating that we are going to get there in 22 minutes. Our ground speed is 24 knots. Current time is 7:53, sunset's 8:06. That puts me right about exactly what I thought. Just slightly after sunset. So, with the help of that handy app called AvAir, which everyone always wonders what it's called, kind of put my mind at ease. I don't have to trim out. I don't have to speed bar to get home. I know I'll get there just after sunset. I do feel like I'm really crabbing sideways though. Holy shit. Look out, Jeff! Freaking Top Gun over here. He is hauling ass. If there was ass to haul, I would call that guy. Alright, we just found some funky air back there, so I climbed. But now we've got some stuff, like a stretch that we can fly real low. So I'm going to try to get back down low, increase our ground speed again, and duck under any air movement. But we'll see how the air feels. Wow, this is beautiful. Down here it's nice and smooth again. We'll see how it is as we climb back up at the edge of the fields. Really got to be vigilant of power lines out here because I do not know this area. Ducking below the turbulence, and that deer doesn't know what to do. It's nice and warm down here. It's smooth right now. We're just chilling. But I think we're gonna have to hop up again and pass over some trees at the end of these fields. Down low again, the lights ahead I can see are that big prison. We're gonna have to make a move around the prison somehow as we get closer. But right now I'm just enjoying the lower level, less turbulent air. I think we're in Rotorville over here. I think it's coming over the ridge to my left. And once I get to like a couple hundred feet, it starts to get pretty not fun. It's manageable. It's not your pants scary, but it's just not fun. Prisons in sight, airports in sight. I'm going back down low again. I'm alternating between trying to get high and out of the rotor and down low where I know it's good, but there's so many trees you can't sustain low for too long. So we're gonna go low through this field and then hop over that next tree row, and then that should be that, and we'll be back at the airport. Strobe is on. Jeff's cooking along behind me. We'll get there. It's just putting up a little bit of fight, using a little bit of problem-solving skills, if that's what you would call it. Aeronautical decision making. See if we see any prisoners out. Can you imagine? You have a motor out and you land in the prison yard. What's up, fellas? Oh yeah. There's a bunch of people out there. I assume they're prisoners. They're not wearing orange or anything. That is quite the prison. Damn near looks like a castle like we saw up on the hill. Man, I'm just looking forward to taking a pee. We finally made it! I knew we would make it. Let's do a time check just for confirmation. 8:16, exactly 10 minutes after sunset. Exactly what I thought. That is some fine aviating, if you ask me. Oh, almost ate shit.
Because it was cross, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Man.
Did you feel like we entered Rotorville?
What's that?
Did you feel like we entered Rotorville over there?
Oh yeah. Rotorville was definitely understatement.
The whole way back it was just like, and I'd go down low and it would get perfect, and then I'd have to come up because there were trees.
The towns and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you guys outclimbed me, then headed that way. I'm not gonna make it back.
Oh damn, look at that.
I was up there. This is worth it.
It was cold. I was at 6K going over this ridge.
Yeah.
Did you see me light the runway up?
Yeah, I was
you did
that.
that.
Was you. I look over and this, I don't know what it was, something low wing was just hauling ass
Really?
right past you.
Really?
And then
Interesting.
it turned right away. I never get to film at gas stations in New Jersey because we're not allowed to pump our own gas. So I'm taking full advantage of it on this video here. We're still in New York State, headed home now. Flight was pretty freaking epic. It was more of an adventure flight than I anticipated, where you have to kind of do some thinking of winds aloft and where turbulence is gonna be and timing and speed and fuel and all that stuff, which is awesome. Because most of the time I only do that flying when we go on our van trips or Iceland or something like that. So it was cool to do that sort of thing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. With that, I will see you guys in the next episode. Till then, peace.